skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fog with our hearts a thumping and you, my brown-eyed girl. And you, my brown-eyed girl. And whatever happened to Tuesday and so slow, gone down the old man with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, a brown-eyed girl. And you, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, just like that. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. So hard to find my way now that I'm all on my own. I saw you just the other day. My, you have grown. Cast my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing
That is Van Morrison with Brown-Eyed Girl. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's show. I know you know my assistant, Kathy.
Hello.
Good. Yeah, it's good to have her back tonight, too. She's feeling better.
Yes, thank the good Lord.
Yes.
My hair is weird.
You talked to Jewel today, didn't you?
I did. She sent me a message and I couldn't get what she was trying to tell me, so I got her on the phone and
talked to her.
Plain talk, easy understood.
Yep, and I had a chance to say hi to her, and
yep.
It's always nice talking to that sweet lady. Anyway, I want to tell you about our theme tonight. Remember, I was talking yesterday about ideas for themes for our show, and I have come up with one, and it is oldies with a car theme. Oldies with a car theme, and I've got the top 10 songs of oldies with cars in them, or the song title, or whatever.
So what did Brown-Eyed Girl have to do with the car?
Nothing at all.
Oh, okay.
Although I'm sure there's been plenty of brown-eyed girls who have driven cars.
I'm one.
Yeah, you are. You're a keeper too. Anyway, what I have chosen tonight are the top 10 songs on a list I was able to get of car themes. And so that means that we're not going to be able to take any requests tonight, but we are going to talk a little bit about each song and let you know a little bit about it. And we're going to start that after this next song by this young man right here. This is Ricky Nelson with Lonesome Town.
There's a place where lovers go to cry their troubles away, and they call it Lonesome Town, where the broken heart stays. You can buy a dream or two to last you all through the years. And the only price you pay is a heart full of tears. Going down to Lonesome Town, where the broken hearts stay. Going down to Lonesome Town to cry my troubles away. In the town of broken dreams, the streets are filled with regret. Maybe down in Lonesome Town I can learn to forget. Maybe down in Lonesome Town I can learn to forget.
Lonesome Town.
Hey, Jack, I'm glad you had a good day, buddy. Spend it just playing with the dog and enjoying your time with him after all that rain that you have had. Aren't you supposed to have more tomorrow? We are. We're supposed to have rain tomorrow.
Jewel told me that it didn't thunder, lightning, or the wind blow or anything, but it rained for 2 hours, and they just covered their front yard. They got 2.5 inches in 2 hours.
Wow, that's a lot, man.
Yeah, so it just rained really hard.
Wow. Well, in its heyday, Detroit, where we are in the area anyway, was the automotive capital of the world and a symbol of American pride. As a matter of fact, a lot of people moved up here, including my dad, from down south and got jobs at the auto factory when they were going strong. And they're doing good now, but boy, when they were in its heyday, it was really going strong.
Well, and there were more then, too. There was the American Motors, and besides Chrysler, and then Ford, and then Chevy, and then Buick, Oldsmobile.
Those weren't car companies.
But I'm saying there was different factories made different parts, so there was a lot more contributing to us being the car capital of the world.
Well, with all of that, Detroit was dubbed Motor City for its historical legacy, and is still known as that, and a crowning achievement of the industrial era, I should say. The city was also dubbed Motown for the music that would come out of this working class capital, and a lot of that music centered around cars or included cars in the theme. And that's what we're going to do tonight, including cars in the theme. Americans have long had an obsession or love affair with cars, and they still have it.
Yeah.
They still love their cars.
I've always liked cars.
Cars are symbols of pride, power, purchasing power, that is. And a car gives or can give you a standard of luxury and help you attain fast speeds in just seconds. And it's against the law.
Well, some people like the car because of the prestige it gives them, because they buy a certain car because they have a certain standard of living that they have.
Right.
And other people just buy a car to just get them from point A to point B.
Because that's what they can afford.
When we first got married, we had a lot of those A and B cars.
And I remember one in particular, we got from A to B in quite fast.
Yeah, I had to get rid of that car. It was too fast. It was too fast for me.
What do you think the most popular color car is?
White.
White. Well, I would have to say the most popular color truck would be red.
You think?
Yeah, I would think so.
Silver and white. Oh, black too.
Yeah.
Black, silver, and white.
Depending on the car.
The funny thing is until you buy a certain color vehicle, you don't notice how many vehicles there are that color.
Right.
Like if you buy a red vehicle, it's like, oh, there's a red car. Wow, there's another red car.
We
There's
had
another red car.
we had a big used Cadillac one time. It was a classic car, and I really loved that car. It was white with a maroon top and shaded windows, and we called it tinted, and we called it our pimp mobile
Yeah, that's what it
because
looked
that's
like.
what it would look like. So with that in mind,
It had the gold trim. It was my parents' car first, so
yeah.
we bought it off of them.
Now here are the 10 best classic oldies hits around cars and car culture. So let's give a listen to. This first song is by Jackie Branston and his Delta Cats. This was not the first song about cars, but this song was written by Jackie Branston, who was the drummer for Ike Turner from Ike and Tina Turner. And they actually sang the song, but it was a song written by Jackie Branston, and it became pretty popular, and it was also where some would even say that this was the first true rock and roll song.
Well, Sue said here, and she's right, red cars do get the most tickets.
Right.
And Tina said she had a canary yellow Camaro. Never got more tickets in my life. If you buy a look at me car, it's gonna get looked at.
By the wrong people.
And I used to love to have a look at me car. It's like, wow, look at the car I got. That Cadillac was a look at me car.
Right.
My convertible was a look at me car. And I never got a ticket. Oh, yes, I did. I got one ticket in the convertible, but it was in Ohio. But Marty drove my car one time to church, and he got a ticket. And then someone else borrowed my car for something, and they got a ticket because it was a red convertible. Okay?
It happens.
It happens.
All right, here's Jackie Branston and his Delta Cats with our first song in our top 10 songs of automobile themes. This is Rocket 88.
Susan.
Women have heard of jalopies, you've heard the noise they make, but let me introduce my new Rocket 88. Yes, it's straight, just one way. Everybody likes my Rocket 88. Baby, we'll ride in style, moving all along. Smart and designed, black convertible top, and the gals don't mind. Sporting with me, riding all around town for joy. Blow your horn, Raymond, blow. Step in my rocket and don't be late, baby. We're pulling out about 8:30. Going round the corner and Get a fifth, everybody in my car's gonna take a little nip. Move on out, oozing and cruising along.
You were telling me about a car that had just one headlight.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what it was called.
Sure wasn't like a rocket ship in an old sci-fi movie.
Might have been. No. No, there was, they had to have headlights, and they thought one big one would be better than two little ones. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
But, Jewel, I sent you the link. You should be able to get on now. She said she couldn't get on. I would like to see those cars that Sue has. I would love to see both of those. Do you take them to Woodward Dream Cruise, or do you ever bring them down to the Taylor Cruise, or any of the downriver cruises like down Fort Street? If you do, we'll just come over there and have a gander at them.
Yeah. Jean said that she remembers cursing down Main Street in Brockton.
Cursing?
Brockton. Look, it says. Isn't what
Cruise.
that
It says cruising.
Oh, cruising. Oh, I'm sorry, Jean.
Bless him, Lord.
This next song is by Chuck Berry, and Chuck Berry's genius lay, at least in part, to his uncanny ability to read the mind of the typical affluent adolescent. And the song that was a first hit for him had it all: a story, a girl, an epic battle between a Cadillac Coupe de Ville and a plainer, older, but more powerful Flathead. And
Do you know what a flathead is?
V8 Ford. It's a head with a flat engine that's flat. Everybody knows that. As always, with great storytellers, the details are what make it, in this case, the I don't know how to pronounce that.
Where is it? Where you
The
reading?
the
Do Ex Machina. The Ex Machina.
you don't know either, do
A
you?
last-minute rainstorm, which cools the motor off just in time for him to catch that caddy and rescue his fickle girl.
Yes, gotta rescue that girl, just like in a movie. And I wonder if her name was Maybelline.
Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started doing the things you used to do. As I was motivating over the hill, I saw Maybelline in a Coupe de Ville. A Cadillac rolling on an open road, nothing out to run my V8 Ford. A Cadillac doing about 95, moves bumper to bumper, rolling side to side. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started back doing the things you used to do. A Cadillac pulled up to 104, before got hot and wouldn't do no more. The gun got cloud and started to rain. I tooted my horn for the passing lane. The rainwater blowing all under my hood. I knew that was doing my motor good. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started back doing the things you used to do. Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done start back doing the thing you used to do. The motor cooled down, the heat went down, and that's when I heard that highway sound. The Cadillac setting like a torn lead, 100 110, a half a mile ahead. Cadillac looking like setting steel, and I caught Maybelline at the top of the hill. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started back doing the things you used to do.
Chuck Berry and Maybelline.
said something in this article that you were reading that this is the kind of song that you would hear them play for a silent movie, the music
Yes.
in it. And I said, I could see them playing the music to this song, Maybelline, and the Keystone Cops chasing after whoever they were chasing after.
Probably. Well, this next song,
It might have been Laurel and Hardy.
this next song is a song that you get involved in quite a bit.
Not on purpose.
Every time? Like you're going to do it tonight, right?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
If I don't get too dizzy.
And we need to dedicate this to
I can't
Bobby.
do a whole lot of moving because when I do the room starts spinning. You guys start moving. You need to sit still.
Well, we'll dedicate this song to Bobby, assuming that you can make it.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, she won't be able to watch me anyway, so we're good.
All right. This is the Playmates. And this is called Beep Beep. This is song number 3.
While riding in my Cadillac, what to my surprise, a little Nash Rambler was following me about 1/3 my size. The guy must have wanted to pass me out as he kept on tooting his horn. I'll show him that a Cadillac is not a car to scorn. Beep, 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 beep. His horn went beep, beep, beep. I pushed my foot down to the floor to give the guy the shake. But the little Nash Rambler stayed right behind. He still had on his brake. He must have thought his car had more guts as he kept on tooting his horn. I'll show him that a Cadillac is not a car to scorn. Beep, 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 beep. His horn went beep, beep, beep. My car went into passing gear and we took off with gust. Soon we were doing 90, must have left him in the dust. When I peeked in the mirror of my car, I couldn't believe my eyes. The little Nash Rambler was right behind. I think that guy could fly. Beep, 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 beep. His horn went beep, beep, beep. Now we're doing 110. This certainly was a race. For a Rambler to pass a Caddy would be a big disgrace. The guy must have wanted to pass me out as he kept on tooting his horn. I'll show him that a Cadillac is not a car to scorn. Beep, 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 beep. His horn went beep, beep, beep. Now we're doing 120 as fast as I could go. The Rambler pulled alongside of me as if we're going slow. The fella rolled down his window and yelled for me to hear, "Hey buddy, how can I get this car out of second gear?"
From what I understand, the Nash Rambler was known for sometimes getting stuck in second gear.
Oh.
And that would be tough. That would be tough.
Well, apparently it was a pretty fast car.
Well, we had one. We had a 68 Rambler,
Yeah.
pea green. I bought it off of one of our trustees at church. when the kids were, just as the kids were in elementary school.
Brother Brown, right?
Yep, and that it was the stick shift. It was on the column, stick on the column, and that thing would plow snow. That thing would go through snow when our newer car wouldn't go through it. But the kids always wanted me to drop them off at least a block away from the school. They did not like to be seen in that pea green Rambler.
Almost as bad as a church van.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if we ever embarrassed them. You
We
think?
we still embarrass them.
All the time.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
Yeah, we're going to take a break in just a moment after this next song and play regular oldie songs. And then we'll be back to our list of songs for
You keep getting
songs
sidetracked or something?
with a car theme. Yeah.
You're not saying what you're thinking. You're thinking and not talking.
My mind wanders while I'm talking.
I know. Bless him, Lord.
But this is the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys had songs about cars, you know?
And beaches.
And beaches. Yeah.
And sand and surfboards. But they did put out one that was really cool.
Well, during a hot rod culture is when they were around, and they went hand in hand with riding the waves, which is what they started out doing, singing about in sunny California. So when Capitol ordered, Capitol Records that is, a whole album of car songs, the boys were bound to comply. 409 was fast enough for hot rod music enthusiasts, but this is the real boss model, mainly because Brian Wilson's showroom gleam is all over it. The deuce is the question here in a 1932 Ford Model B. Didn't know they had a Model B. Another flathead engine. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, but I bet you don't.
I didn't forget. But anyway.
With the competition clutch and a 4 on the floor.
4 on the floor.
That was one of the first cars to come out with the cart with the shifter on the floor.
You know, I never did drive a car except a shift car, except when it was on the floor. I never drove one when it was up on the steering wheel. Nope.
So you wouldn't know how to do that, would you? I gotta tell a funny story. Some friends of ours are over in France, and while they were there, they rented a car, and there was a little. She showed a picture of it on Facebook. And it's a little car. It's the kind most Europeans drive. And she said her husband couldn't figure out how to put it in reverse, so he pushed it backwards into this parking spot. She said, I about wet myself laughing at him so hard.
Did he know how to put it in neutral?
He finally learned how to go to reverse, but at first when he first got it, he couldn't figure it out.
This is the Beach Boys here on Memories with Gary and Kathy, and this is song number 4? Little Deuce Coupe here on Rejoice. Memories.
Well, I'm not bragging, babe, so don't put me down. But I've got the fastest set of wheels in town. When something comes up to me, he don't even try. 'Cause if it had a set of wings, man, I know she could fly. She's my little Deuce Coupe. You don't know what I got. Just a little Deuce Coupe with a flathead mill. But she'll walk a Thunderbird like it's standing still.
That was the Ronettes with Be My Baby. Oops, I didn't let it finish. We could find many more car songs, but we took 10 of the top songs.
I just read that. It's amazing.
Well,
I never knew what GTO stood for.
still, I don't know what it stands for.
It's Gran Turismo Omologato, what was an Italian sports car concept that Pontiac happily applied to their new line, although it had a little in common with the touring cars.
Which was what regular cars were.
I dated a guy that had a GTO, and it was that green that everybody bought back then, and it had that meet horn to it.
Did you do that back then?
Oh no, I'm sorry. GTO didn't. It was the Roadrunner that had that. The Roadrunner car. That's what had the meet.
Was this the first
I was wrong
show
again.
that you have done that beep beep song on? Or did you do it before?
Huh? I've done it for years.
But not, besides on the show, did you do it before that?
Oh, when I was a kid, I'd do it because we had the record,
Okay.
beep, and I just eat. When it plays 49 times a day,
True.
you kind of tend to learn it.
Did you do it for your mama and daddy?
Yeah,
And they laughed.
my mom did. My dad, he wasn't home much.
Yeah, he was no stick in the mud too,
Well,
wasn't he?
no, he was. It's just not something that I did when both of them were together.
I would have laughed, honey.
I'm sure you would have.
I would have.
And Tina would have not been my friend. Because she don't like this song.
Well, this is song number 5, and this is Ronnie and the Daytonas with GTO.
GTO.
Little GTO, you really looking fine. 3 deuces and a 4-speed and a 389. Listen to her tacking up now. Listen to her whine. Come on and turn it on, wind it up, blow it out, GTO. Little GTO. You ought to see her on a road course or a corner mile. This little modified Peloton has got plenty of style. She beats the gassers and the rail jobs, really drives them wild. Come on and turn it on, wind it up, blow it out, GTO. Gonna save all my money and buy a GTO. Get a helmet and a roll bar, and I'll be ready to go. Take it out to Pomona and let 'em know, that I'm the coolest thing around. Little buddy gonna shut you down. When I turn it on, wind it up, blow it out, GTO.
Let me ask you folks a question. Not you, honey. Don't answer this. What movie was that song from? And it was a recent movie. How about that? 8:39. And Tristan, when you get a car, what kind do you want? Do you want a sports car? Do you want a regular car? What kind? Or do you want a truck?
I used to want a sports car, and I still think they're cool. And every time we go down the road and I hear a car going, bum, 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 I want a car that sounds like that. I really do.
You would.
But now there's an issue that I have with sports cars.
The insurance.
No, getting in and out.
Oh. Yeah, me too.
I mean,
guess.
I'd have to fall in and crawl out. So that just doesn't seem like it. He said he would like to have a sports car or truck, but he's getting his dad's truck. So he's getting
Cool.
a truck.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's good. All right. This is song number 6. And I don't really like the song that much, but it is about cars. And it's about the Ford Mustang.
Hannah knows about the movie.
Oh, okay.
She answered, yes, it's from the movie RV.
Wilson Pickett sings about the Ford Mustang.
Fourth?
Ford.
Why are you yelling?
So they can hear me.
Mustang Sally. Guess you better slow your Mustang down. Oh Lord, what I said now. Mustang Sally now, baby. Oh Lord, guess you better slow your Mustang down. Oh yeah. You've been running all over town now. Oh, I guess I have to put your flat feet on the ground. What I said now. Listen, all you wanna do is ride around Sally. 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 One of these early mornings, wow, gonna be wiping your weeping eyes. When I said that, look here, I bought you a brand new Mustang, a 1965. Now you come around signifying a woman you don't wanna let me ride. Mustang Sally now, baby. Oh Lord, guess you better slow that Mustang down. Oh Lord, look at it. You've been running all over town. Wow, got to put your flat feet on the ground. When I said now, let me say it one more time, y'all. Now all you wanna do is ride around Sally. All you wanna do is ride around Sally.
This is Jerry Reed of When You're Hot fame. And this is Lord Mr. Ford.
Well, if you're one of the millions who own one of them gas-drinking, piston-clanking, air-polluting, smoke-belching four-wheel buggies from Detroit City, then pay attention. I'm about to sing your song, son. Well, I'm not a man to point a judge, very willing to hold a grudge, but I think it's time I said me a few choice words. All about that demon automobile, the metal monster with the polyglass wheels in reserve. that's something else. Well, you can get stereo tape and a color TV, get a backseat bar and reclining seats, and just pay once a month like you do your rent. Well, I figured it up, and over a period of time, this $4,000 car of mine cost $14,000.99. Well, now, Lord, Mr. Ford, I just wish that you could see what your simple horseless carriage has become. Well, it seems your contribution to man, to say the least, got a little out of hand. Well, Lord, Mr. Ford, what have you done? American father and mother own one whole car and I have another. And I bet that half a car's a trick to drive, don't you? But the thing that amazes me, I guess, is the way we measure a man's success by the kind of an automobile he can afford to buy. Well, now, the red light, green light, traffic cop, right turn, no turn, must turn, stop. Get out the credit card, honey, we're out of gas. Well, now, all the cars place end to end would reach to the moon and back again. There'd probably be some poor fool pull out the pass. Well, now, how I yearn for the good old days without that carbon dioxide haze hanging over the roar of the interstate. Well, if the Lord that made the moon and the stars would have meant for me, and you'd have cars, he'd have seen that we was all born with a parking space. Lord, Mr. Ford, I just wish that you could see what your simple horseless carriage has become. Well, it seems your contribution to man, to say the least, got a little out of hand. Well, Lord, Mr. Ford, what have you done? Come away with me, Lucille. Am I smoking, choking on the mobile?
That man could pick that guitar, couldn't he? Jerry
Yes.
Reed. What was the guy that he starred in those truck movies with? What was his name? Brad Pitt. No, it wasn't
Okay.
Brad Pitt. No, it wasn't.
I was
Brad
going to type this, but it's too long. It used to be that if you worked at Ford, you had to drive a Ford. If you worked at GM, you had to drive a GM. And if you didn't, you had to park in a far parking lot.
Pitt. Wow.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds was that guy I was thinking of.
Burt
Thank you, Tina.
Reynolds, yeah.
I knew it wasn't Brad Pitt. I was just kidding.
Anyway, Hot Rod Lincoln.
Here we go with song number 8. Yeah, song number 8. I have it listed with those other 2 songs, and I had to count down. Hot Rod Lincoln by Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen. Hey, some weird
My pappy
songs.
said,
Weird
son, you're
titles
gonna
back
drive
here.
me to drinking if you don't stop driving that Hot Rod Lincoln. Have you heard the story of the hot rod race where the Fords and Lincolns was setting the pace? That story is true, I'm here to say I was driving that Model A. It's got a Lincoln motor and it's really souped up. That Model A body makes it look like a pup's. Got 8 cylinders and uses them all. Got overdrive, just won't stall. With a 4-barrel carb and a dual exhaust with 4 11 gears, you can really get lost. Got safety tubes, but I ain't scared. The brakes are good, tires fair. Pulled out of San Pedro late one night. The moon and the stars was shining bright. We was driving up Grapevine Hill, passing cars like they was standing still. All of a sudden, in a wink of an eye, a Cadillac sedan passed us by and said, boys, it's a mark for me. By then, the taillight was all you could see. Now the fellas ribbed me for being behind, so I thought I'd make the Lincoln unwind. Took my foot off the gas and man alive, I shoved it on down into overdrive. Wound it up to 110, my speedometer said that I hit top end. My foot was glued like lead to the floor, that's all there is and there ain't no more. Now the boys all thought lost my sense, and telephone poles looked like a picket fence. They said slow down, I see spots, the lines on the road just look like dots. Took a corner, sideswiped the truck, crossed my fingers just for luck. My fenders was clicking the guardrail post, the guy beside me was white as a ghost. Smoke was coming from out of the back when I started to gain on that Cadillac. Knew I could catch him, I thought I could pass. Don't you know by then we'd be low on gas. They had flames coming from out of the side. Feel the tension, man, what a ride. I said, look out, boys, I got a license to fly. And that caddy pulled over and let us by. Now all of a sudden she started knocking down and she started to rock. And I looked in the mirror, red light was blinking. The cops was after my hot rod Lincoln. They arrested me and they put me in jail and they called my pappy to throw my bail. And he said, son, you're gonna drive me to drinking if you don't stop driving that hot rod Lincoln.
Hot Rod Lincoln here on Memories. What? I saw you talking about Cadillacs. What Cadillac was named the same as a famous John Wayne and Robert Mitchum movie?
Oh, that's easy.
Well, you know it, but maybe they don't.
Yeah, they've been listening to us long enough. They know. You want me to tell it?
Well, if you have to.
El Dorado.
El Dorado. That's right. Give me 5, baby. I didn't know you would know that. I feel bad. Because I watch those movies. And, well,
You didn't know I'd know that?
I thought you might say Rio Bravo or something.
Real.
Anyway, this next song is by William DeVaughn. And William DeVaughn...
Tina said maybe we don't. Won't.
William DeVaughn sings this next song. It's called Be Thankful for What You Got. And it failed to bring the results that he wanted, which was to remind inner city youths that possessions didn't buy self-respect. Listeners were too enamored by the big Cadillacs and so forth because they wanted the sunroof and the TV and the gangsta white walls and a diamond in the back. And that diamond in the back is the shape of the back window.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Jean. She said that was half car, half truck. And Tina said, no, that's an El Camino.
Anyway, I was
sorry.
being serious about this song.
I'm sorry.
Tina and Jean and Kathy. Do you
Straighten
mind?
up.
Yes.
Straighten up.
But anyway, here it is. Be thankful for what you got.
Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, gangsta white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lead, gangster white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. big Cadillac. Gangsta white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back.
I guess there is a museum of some kind that has a video of this car.
No,
And
they have the car
It says you can.
because they made some prototypes.
Okay, you can see the Psychobilly Cadillac from the music video at the Storytellers Museum in Bonnequa, Tennessee. And I said, I bet they call it Bonnequa. Everything ends with an A, ends with an R if you're down south.
Our last song leading up to After Hours with Gary and Kathy is by Johnny Cash. This was a hit song for Johnny because in the 70s, when this was recorded, he was in a 70s music slump. And this became such a hit that, well, it's one of our top 10 songs today.
Psychobilly Cadillac.
One piece at a time, Johnny Cash.
Well, I left Kentucky back in '49 and went to Detroit working on assembly line. The first year they had me putting wheels on Cadillacs. Every day I'd watch them beauties roll by, and sometimes I'd hang my head and cry, 'cause I always wanted me one that was long and black. One day I devised myself a plan that should be the envy of most any man. I'd sneak it out of there in a lunchbox in my hand. Now, getting caught meant getting fired, but I figured I'd have it all by the time I retired. I'd have me a car worth at least $100 grand. I'd get it one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime. You'd know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around. So the very next day when I punched in with my big lunchbox and with help from my friend, I left that day with a lunchbox full of gears. I've never considered myself a thief, but GM wouldn't miss just one little piece, especially if I strung it out over several years. The first day I got me a fuel pump, and the next day I got me an engine and a trunk, then I got me a transmission and all the chrome. The little things I could get in my big lunchbox, like nuts and bolts and all four shocks, but the big stuff we snuck out my buddy's mobile home. Now up to now my plan went all right till we tried to put it all together one night, and that's when we noticed that something was definitely wrong. The transmission was a 53 and the motor turned out to be a 73, and when we tried to put in the bolts, all the holes were gone. So we drilled it out so that it would fit, and with a little bit of help from an adapter kit, we had that engine running just like a song. Now the headlights, there was another sight. We had two on the left and one on the right, but when we pulled out the switch, all three of them come on. The back end looked kind of funny too, but we put it together, and when we got through, well, that's when we noticed that we only had one tail fin. About that time, my wife walked out, and I could see in her eyes that she had her doubts, but she opened the door and said, "Honey, take me for a spin." So we drove uptown just to get the tags, and I headed to right on down Main Drag. I could hear everybody laughing for blocks around. But up there at the courthouse, they didn't laugh, 'cause to type it up, it took the whole staff. And when they got through, the title weighed 60 pounds. I got it one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around. Yeah, Red Rider, this is the Cottonmouth in the Psycho Billy Cadillac, come on. This is the Cottonmouth, and negatory on the cost of this machine there, Red Rider. You might say I went right up to the factory and picked it up. It's cheaper that way. What model is it? Well, it's a 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 automobile. It's a 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69.
You going to switch it over to Twitch, honey?
I am.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, you got to tell me how again.
Okay. Go right there. Now click on that. Now, the middle one down there, click it off.
This
That one. That one.